Hey, do. Finish. Ready? Right, expand it out, bring your like terms together and solve it, right? Ready, have 5 people. Oh, 1 and 5. Yeah. Yeah. Right. So let's multiply this out. 5 by 2, 5 by minus x. Here, minus 3 by 3, that's minus 9. Minus 3 by minus 2x is plus 6x. Then bring the numbers together. 10 minus 9. Bring the x's together. 10 minus 9 is 1. Minus 5 plus 6 is plus. Okay. Let's go again. Same thing, it don't matter. Commutative. So x plus. Yeah, it don't matter. Right. So what's here? Why come back here going now? Make sure I put your name on it, right? Right. How do we handle fractions? Right? Technically, you kind of cross multiplying, right? So your multiply, your denominator is what? 3 by 4. The numerator is 4 by this. 3 by this. That's okay? Right? That's the way you simplify fractions. So you get 2 fractions to become 1, right? 3 by 4, 12. 4 by this, 3 by this. And then on top here, you do what you're doing all the time. Okay? So 4 by x, that's 4x. 4 by minus 1. 3 by that is 9. 3 by x is 3x. All over 12. And then bring a like terms together. 4x plus 3x, 7x. Minus 4 plus 9 is 5. All over 12. You try one. And I'll make it more complicated for you. Minus sign. Try that there. Take your time, follow the same steps, right? Take your time, follow the same steps. I just give this an extra minus sign for you, right? Take your time and simplify it out. The fraction exponential value. All right, good. Minus. Oh yes, minus. Minus. Good. All right. Right now, right, let's see what you got. Right, so everything is over. Everything is over 6. 3 by this, 2 by this. And then you multiply it out, you'll get 3x plus 9 minus 2x plus 4 all over 6. Right? Bring your like terms together. 3x minus 2x, that's x. 9 plus 4 is 13. Plus 4, yeah. Minus and a minus, right? Plus 4. Minus 2 by x minus 2x minus 2 by minus 2 is a plus. Right, Jeremy? Done up. You okay with that? Yeah? Let's go with number 5. I want you to expand this somehow. Expand x minus 1 squared somehow. You do that on your own. X minus 1 squared. Everybody need me? Right, expand this here for me, please. There we go. Right, so please remember that x minus 1 all squared is what? X minus 1 by x minus 1. Okay? So please don't just square the x and the 1. Right? And now multiply this out. I now say everything too easy. So x by this, x by this.
X plus 1.
This wrong. Sorry, Trinity wrong. Right? You write it. Two squares. Right? So x minus 1 squared is x minus 1 by x minus 1. So it means that we multiply x by x by minus 1. So that'll be x squared minus x. And then you're multiplying minus 1 by x, that's minus x, minus 1 by minus 1, that's plus 1. Okay? So when you multiply, supposed to get 4, that will simplify normally to 3 terms, right? X squared minus x minus x minus 2x plus 1. Okay? That's your final answer. Right? So you have to expand it out properly. Okay? Since all I get around, try one next one there. Try this 2x minus 1 squared minus 3 squared. Try that pass. Right? So you should have 2x minus 3 by 2x minus 3, right? 2x by 2x is what? 4x squared, right? 2 by 2 is 4, x by x is x squared. So 2x by 2x is 4x squared, right? 2 by 2 is 4, x by x is x squared. 2x by minus 3 minus 6x minus 3 by 2x minus 6x minus 3 by minus 3 is plus 9. Right? So you'll end up with 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. Right? I want to show you a little shortcut that could always work as well, right? Watch this here. A next shortcut to expand this is like this, right? Square the 2x, you'll get 4x squared. Square the minus 3, you'll get 9. Right? That'll give you here. All we have to do is figure out here. So to figure out there, here what is do. Multiply 2x by minus 3 and then multiply that value by 2. So multiply this by this and then multiply by 2. So you'll end up with 4x squared plus 9 minus 12x. Right? So square this, then multiply these two and then multiply it by 2. Right? That will work all the time. Okay? Check it out here first. Just one more, right? 5x minus 4. Right, not 4, 3. Right? Square this, what you'll get? 25x squared. Square this, what you'll get? 9. Multiply these two, you'll get minus 15x and multiply that by 2. So your final answer is 25x squared minus 30x plus 9. Right? So you can also do that as well. Right, next. So again, we learn to expand properly, bring your like terms together and solve. All right. Next thing I want to look at, you want to look at how to solve things like this. What you do to solve things like this, right? Whenever you have two fractions, so I could turn this into our next fraction. Whenever you have two fractions separated by equal sign here, cross multiply, right? So you have two fractions, equal sign in the middle, cross multiply. So it's 1 by x minus 1, 3 by 4, right? Cross multiply, right? This by this by this. So you'll get x minus 1 is 12, carry across your minus 1, and you'll get 30. That's okay? Right? Two fractions, equal sign, cross multiply, bring your like terms together and solve. All right? So I want to make a note of those little rules. First time you're seeing it, write it down, right? Two fractions, equal sign, cross multiply, bring your like terms together and solve. I'll combine with that. Right, bring your like terms together and solve. Okay, so once you identify you have two fractions, cross multiply, bring your like terms together and solve. All right. So in number 9, I'm going to combine everything that we did so far. Let's see what you'll do. Try that, please. When it cross multiply, expand, bring your like terms together, right? Same steps again, right? But bring it like terms together after, right? That's all, yeah. Right, so you're on. Right, so you should have online, if we get a message your answers, they're not getting any answers. Start picking on some people. Start picking on some people online, right? So it will be 5 by this. So it will be 5 by x minus 3, 4 by this. Right? And you'll end up with 5x minus 15 is equal to 8x plus 12. Some of you also forgetting to multiply both values by 5, right? 5 by this, 5 by this, 4 by this, 4 by this. Bring the x's together. You'll get 5x minus 8x. Carry across a minus 15. You'll get 12 plus 15. So now you'll get minus 3x plus 17. Sorry, 27. And then divide by minus 3. So you'll get x is minus 9. All right. Yeah, if you equal to that, okay, you'll get the same answer in the end, right? 4 by this, right? Nothing wrong with that. What's that? Why not carry across bush 3? Yeah? Right, no, I divide both sides. I didn't carry that. I divide both sides by minus 3. Right? I divide both sides by minus 3. No, because I divided both sides by the same value. Right? If it were x plus 3 and I carry that across, then this sign will change. Right, to go harder? Yeah. I'm very encouraged on the board for this one. Yeah. A little bit harder, right? Are you ready? That's why you end up with here.
No, it's good.
Go a little harder. Go a little harder. Take your time. Same principle. Cross multiply. Bring the like terms together. So. to 10. I show it again. So let us see what you got.
Abang.
Looking hard. Looking hard, but it's easy. Oh, I like the All right, ready?
Yes.
No. Right, so what's step number one? Step number one is the cross multiply, right? So everybody agree with that. That's a good start. We all agree on the first step. Right, this by this, and then 5x plus 4 by 2x plus 3.
Yes.
Right? Right, next. In order for us to expand this out, we're using that technique there, right? 5x by 2x's, 10x squared, 5x by minus 3, minus 15x. Minus 2 by 2x, minus 2 by minus 3, plus 6. Right? I just finished the left-hand side. Plenty work. 5x by this, 5x by this. Minus 2 by this, minus 2 by this. Give it up. All right. Now I'll go on to the right-hand side now. 5x by 2x, 10x squared. 5x by plus 3, 15x. 4 by 2x, 8x. 4 by 3, 12. Right? So I just added the like terms here. 10x squared minus 19x plus 6. Here is 10x squared. 15 plus 8 is 23x plus 12. When you reach here, bring your like terms together. So we're going to get 10x squared. Move across 10x squared. I'll get minus. I have minus 19x. Move across plus 23. You'll get minus 23x. Right? I have plus 6 here. Move across. They are minus 12. This works out nicely. Cancel off. Right? Minus 19 minus 23 is minus what? Yeah, minus 19 minus 23 minus 42, and here is minus 6. Right? Try to make x the subject so we can move across the 6. So you get minus 42x is plus 6. X is equal to, divide both sides by minus 42, right, as well. Remember, you're dividing both sides by minus 42, so this sign will stay the same. This will cancel. You'll get x is equal to minus 6 on 42, or minus 1 on 7. Basic stuff. All right. So again, what we learn here? Nothing new. Same principles, right? Cross multiply, expand it out, bring your like terms together, and solve. All right. Same principles. Going again. Right? So again, in all these questions that we're doing solving, right? And we're making x subject at the formula. Yeah, in all of them. In all these questions, we're making x subject at the formula. So technically, what we doing? Well, what topic we doing here technically? Subject at the formula, right? So I'm going to move across the subject at the formula now. Okay, but just now. I'll give you one more like this. What would have happened? What would have happened to quick one? Copy on quick one, yeah. Copy on. I would pick on him. Copy on. Right, yeah. What will happen, Nathan? If you end up with, what will happen if you end up with 25x squared minus 30x plus 9? Suppose it didn't end up with something linear and it end up with a quadratic. What you will do? Solve it, right? Using the quadratic formula. I remember the quadratic formula. Yeah. Right? So the quadratic formula, for those who never saw it in their life, is x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of all over 2a. Right? So let's make a note of it. No, if you take factorize, you go out to you. Right? But I might give you one that can't factor. So you have to use it. And fund the paper here. Right? Let's do one more like this. What number we on? 11. Try this one. Let's see if we can simplify and end up with the same thing. Right, more than likely it might be a contracted, right? So I will show you how to those who can't solve it, I'll show you how to solve it. Right, remember A is the value is equal to x squared, B is the value is equal to x and so on, right? Let's get quadratic. Okay. Yeah, that's wrong with all that. Okay. Yes, I will. Okay. Yeah, figure out. Right, let's see what you got. Let's see what you got, right? So you'll end up with x minus 3 by x minus 1, 2x minus 1 by x plus 2. Multiply this out and you'll get x squared. X by x is x squared, x by minus 1 minus 3 by x minus 3 by minus 1. 2x by x, 2x by 2 minus 1 by x minus 1 by 2. Okay, so I have x squared minus 4x plus 3, 2x squared plus 3x. Yeah, minus 2. So I'm bringing everything on the left side, right? So I'm moving across 2x squared, I'll get minus 2x squared. I'm moving across plus 3x, I'll get minus 3x. I'm moving across minus 2, I'll get plus 2. So x squared minus 2x squared is minus x squared. Minus 4x. Minus 4x minus 3x is minus 7x. 3 plus 2 is 5. Anybody get this last line there? Yeah? Right? Just check back the value, right? It should be 7. So these are minus, it should be a minus. Okay? Now, you have to figure out what A, B, and C. Right? So watch here. For those who do not know how to solve the quadratic, you need to figure out what is A, what is B, and what is C. Right? A is the value in front of x squared, so that's minus 1. B is the value and the sign in front of x, so that's minus 7. And C is the constant, which is 5. Okay? So you write down what is A, you write down what is B, and you write down what is C. And then plug it in there. All right? Plug it in there and let's see what you get. Right, so you'll get x is equal to minus b, so I put in minus, and then I'm going to put in b. Plus and minus the square root of b squared minus 4 by a is minus 1 by c is 5, all over 2 by a. So when you work it out, you're getting 7 plus and minus. Minus 7 squared, that's 49. Minus and minus a plus, so you're getting plus 20. All over minus 2. So you'll get 7 plus and minus the square root of 69 over minus. All right, and you'll get two answers. You'll get 7 plus the square root of 69 over minus 2. And you'll get 7 minus the square root of 69 all over minus 2. No, you can just write two answers after. How much you got here? What was this? Yeah, gotta work it out. What is this? The minus. Minus 0.65. And here's what? Here's 0.65.
Yeah.
And here's what? All right. So you all have to remember how to solve quadratics, right? So let's do one for you to identify if you get this, what to do. All right. Start going back now to substitute the formula. All right. All right. Yeah, to get them done to the final. But normally in answer, you get question like that. And yeah, but you do what yeah. Yeah, no punch. Was it that? All right, so after copy down, let's go back to substitute the formula. That'll probably substitute the wrong thing. Right? Yeah, you'll get it in. You'll get it out. Substitute. You'll get out. You might be wrong in the end. You probably right at one on. All right, so we're going back and do subject the formula, right? So as we started hard one time, we ain't going into at all. One time we going hard. So in 1979, right? That's the year there. Right? They want us, right? I sent it to the proof as well, so you have to practice it at home, right? They want us to make P the subject and the formula. All right, so I will do the first one for you. No, no. All right. Right, so they want to make P the subject and the formula, right? Just do my favor now. Right, I'm done because I want to them on board.
So I don't wait to.
Write down number one, number two, ignore the division sign. That's a mistake there. Write down number one and number two and number three.
Yeah, we did 1979.
Right, no, you'll come back. All right. Everybody else needs to come on the board and do the question.
Yes. Do we number one? What you can.
Right, so in the first one, they want to make P the subject and the formula. So basically, you do all the magic and make P apply itself. Right? Number two, they want to make capital R the subject and the formula. And number two, right, just write them down. I want to go on board, right? Jeremy. Right, so in the first one, they wanted to make P the subject. Second, they wanted to make capital R the subject. And third is my favorite, they wanted to make N the subject. Personal favorite.
So you play it out.
All right. So, right, so for those who might be lost here, the objective is to get P by itself, right? So what's the first thing that you think you'll get rid of? Right. The first thing I like to do, yeah, you will square, but I like the P's to be on this side. I want to make P the subject. I'll bring it on this side, right? So I will start off like this. Yeah. Now listen to this. Oh. Right? So the one that you want to make the subject, bring it on this side. Then you have to get rid of the square root. Right? How you get rid of the square root? 30. How you get rid of square root? Square both sides, right? So you square here and square here. Then you have two fractions. What you'll do? Cross multiply. And then make P the subject. So what you do? Yeah, multiply that square root. Okay, quick. Alright, square both sides. Square both sides. You have a fraction, cross multiply, and make P the subject. That is where you come up with. Square. Square that here, that, and then do that. Here that you're on 24 up here.
Yeah, I got
Right?
This is like.
That's what I'm looking for. Alright, so what's it here? Right? So step number one, square both sides. When you square both sides, the objective is to get rid of the square root. Right? So we have 4 plus 3p squared all over s is equal to r squared. Right? When you reach here, what you should do? Cross multiply, right? So when you reach here, you have two fractions, equal sign, cross multiply. These are harder, order, very hard. Hard, and very hard. Right? So I want you to know that is challenging, right? When you reach here now, what to do? Cross multiply, right? So you will get 4 plus 3p squared multiplied by 1 and s multiplied by r squared. When you simplify this, you'll get 4 plus 3p squared s r squared. Right? When you reach here, what you gonna move, Jeremy? Right. Move across the plus 4 and you will get s r squared minus 4. What do you want to move next? Right? Divide both sides by 3. Right? So now you have p squared is equal to s r squared minus 4 all over 3. What's the last step? Right? Carry across square and becomes square root. So square root here, square root here. So your final answer is p is equal to this here. Right? So you'll notice I did everything step by step, right? I get rid of the first square root, across multiply. When I reach here, take my time and simplify. Okay? Do the same thing there for me. Right? One of the biggest problems here is that pi. Right? What would you do with this pi? Carry it across, right? So you will end up with a over pi. Carry that pi first, right? And then I want to see how you handle the rest. Right? If anybody try number 3 for mark, I want to see how it looks. Right? All right, online. So take your time and get rid of what you need here, right? I don't give it 3 hours. You guys need to one up. Yeah, some factorization. Right, so I just rearranging, right? I just switching them around. Right. So can we cross multiply? Nah, because of this squared here, right? We can't cross multiply. So, but when I move squared across, what would it become? Square root, right? So I'm going to get rid of the squared first, and it will become the square root of a over pi. Oh yeah. Remember that the whole thing being square rooted, right? That's okay. The whole thing being square rooted. Next, what do I get rid of next? Is the lowercase r or the 2? 2, because the entire thing is divided by 2. So I have to get rid of this 2. So what I could do, because I can't cross multiply, I can multiply everything by 2. If I multiply here by 2, that'll cancel. So I'll get capital R minus lowercase r is the square root of a on pi. Please don't put the 2 in here, leave it 2 outside, or you can put it here. Right? So you can put it 2 here if you want, or you could just put multiply by 2 here. Right? What's the next step? Get rid of the, right? So carry across minus r, and it becomes, right? You'll get plus r. Carry across minus r, become plus r. Okay? One more hard one, then I'll give you a easy one to wrap up. One more hard one. All right, this one a little tricky, right? So for my first step here, can I cross multiply? Do I have 2 fractions separated by equals sign here? Right? What you will recognize that this and this is a fraction, right? But the problem here with this one, why I couldn't cross multiply, is the whole thing was being square rooted. But here, I have a square root on top and was n underneath. So you can cross multiply here. So you'll get m by n is the square root of 1 minus n squared. Right? What do I get rid of next? I can get rid of the square root sign. So I can square both sides. Yeah? I can square both sides, right? Go ahead. Square both sides, bring like terms together, and I'll give you a hint. You have a factorization step somewhere. Together. Bring the like terms together. Right? When you square both sides, hopefully you get this. You square here and you square here. This will be m squared n squared, and this will be 1 minus n squared. What you'll do next? What you'll do next? Bring the n squared here, right? So you'll get m squared n squared plus n squared is equal to 1. Everybody watch here, because you need to do this for that last one, right? So when I square both sides, I end up with this. I am trying to make n the subject of the formula. So I bring all the n's together, right? When you reach here now, what these two terms have in common? N squared. So I can factor out n squared. You'll see that? This by this is this. This by this is this. Right? Equal to 1. What's the objective? To make n the subject, right? So can I move this here? So I'll get n squared is equal to 1 over m squared plus 1. Right? And then get rid of the squared. So it's the square root of 1 over m squared plus. Right? This is very hard. Right? Anybody got close? Yeah? All right, nice. Right, now go back there and do that one. This is what you would see in functions. Right? In subject, not subject formula. And finding the inverse. You will see like this. Okay? Take your time and do this one out, but remember what it did right here. Okay? That'll help you out. I'll pick one person, come on the board, and be done. The name of A and the name of E, what is this? If you have a A and an I. Okay, for sure. You have a C. EIC. R. G. Okay. Right, so after copy this one, let's do that last one. Right, and just reminding you again, when you're doing that one, right, remember to bring all the terms together and factorize. Okay, take your time. This is one that you will see in exam. Okay, try quick. Yeah, corner. Nathan, are you done? Right, just like the last one, because multiply, bring like this together. Get this last one right. Right, once I correct it, you can leave. This way. they do, but they need to bring this on the outside, right?
Then they can do that or something. Yeah, but something they can give a lot of basically.
Yeah. Why did you go on this side?
Yeah, that 2 minutes second for the Why did the
Right. So watch this here. Right, cross multiply, you'll get x by y minus 3, y minus 2. You'll get xy minus 3x with y minus 2. Bring all the y's on one side. Bring the y's on one side and bring the x and the constant here. When you reach here now, factor out the y. You'll get x minus 1. And then carry it on this side. Y is 3x minus 2 over x minus 1. Some people might have 2 minus 3x over 1 minus x. Same answer. Right? Both are the same thing. Is that okay with that? Yeah? Right? So you did a lot of solving. You all did hard ones, right? So next week, when we do relations and functions, I hope you remember this. Right? All right, I don't mind.